Good morning YouTube, my name is Skylar. Welcome to my video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm currently traveling the Philippines, and today I wanted to give you guys like a quick video on how to like manage going from island to island, like the best ways to travel. So most of you will probably start in Manila, which is the capital. It's the biggest city, it's got the biggest airport. I made a video about the airport, it's great. So there's a couple apps that you should get before coming to the Philippines. Of course, you need WhatsApp. Okay, everybody here uses WhatsApp. Everybody around the world uses WhatsApp. I don't know why Americans are so against it. It's way better than iMessage. So the two apps I recommend, the first one is Grab. Okay, oops, my account is not secure. Maybe later. Okay, it's basically like the Uber of Southeast Asia. That's going to be the best way to get from the airport to wherever you're going to go. It's pretty reasonably priced. And the next one, okay, you guys have to get over not wanting to go on motorbikes because everybody they're everywhere in Asia, okay? Motorbike is key. The next app, because Grab is mostly cars, that can be a little bit more expensive. So if you're looking for a way to save money, it's only worked for me in Manila, but I've heard it works in other bigger cities. That's just the biggest one I've been to. It's called Move It. Let me show you. It looks like this red one. Oh, come on, focus. It's this one, okay? This is how you can rent motorbikes, and it is so cheap, all right? Everyone has a helmet, and then they give you a hairnet with the helmet. So it's super safe. Like, if you're like, no, my parents would kill me if I got on a motorbike. It's safe. So that's how you can get, if you want to see things in Manila, which I only saw like Chinatown, but there's a few museums. But again, I would recommend only staying 48 hours in Manila. So my one like frustration with the Philippines is that you kind of have to plan, which is great if you're going to be on vacation because you probably already like planned where you want to go. But if you're backpacking or you're just traveling, it can be a little bit more difficult, especially for somebody like me where I like kind of just go with what I feel and what feels good, and I want to, if I like a place, maybe I want to stay longer. So there's three kind of ways to travel throughout the Philippines. Number one is flights, okay? I've taken one flight from Manila to Kuran, and I used Sunlight Air. Let me see. This is the app. Right there. Oh, no login. It's really good. They gave me like the flight was an hour, less than an hour to get from Manila to Kuran, which is in Palawan, which is like another island kind of away. And I think I paid 50 something for the ticket, and they gave me like a full big bag of banana chips. Okay, American Airlines could never. So it was a great experience. It was really good. It was fast. The flight was quick, comfortable. You just kind of go on a small plane. And then the airport in Kuran is also very good. You do have to pay an environmental tax when you land. I think it's 300 or 200, I don't remember, pesos. So make sure you have cash before you get to that airport. That's going to be really important. The next way to get places is by ferry. So the Philippines, from what I've heard and from the other Asian countries I've traveled, is one of the more expensive countries, okay? Just because you have to take flights or ferries or ships to get to the different islands. It's not like you can take buses, okay? So that's where the cost will start to add up. Unlike, you know, Thailand or Vietnam or Cambodia, where you're kind of already, it's just one, I don't know how to say it, one piece of land, not like a bunch of islands. So the next way to travel is through ferry boats. I paid like around 2,500 pesos to get from Kuran to El Nido. Guys, I saw your comments. I'm trying to say it correctly. My pronunciation and everything is really bad. I'm a little dyslexic, so me reading things and saying it back is kind of hard for me sometimes. But I'm looking at your comments, guys. I'm trying to reply to as many as I can too, so make sure you comment. So that's ferry boat. It was 5 hours, 4.5 hours. I had my hostel from Ezekiel Hostel, Eddie. I love you, Eddie, if you're watching. Hi. He booked it for me, so I didn't really have to deal with too much of it. I believe the ferry leaves twice in a day, but it kind of depends on what day. So I got this 7 a.m. from Kuran to El Nino. It was so about 45 USD, which is, again, not expensive, but if you're planning to travel or backpack, it can kind of get into the budget a little bit. So that was another way to travel. I believe that there are apps that you can buy, okay, or apps that you can download to find them. I didn't use an app, so that's just one thing to think about as well. It was great. You can't bring mangoes from Kuran to El Nino, so don't bring mangoes, and don't bring lighters or hide the lighters because they don't want to have lighters on the ship, I guess. So there's like a downward, I didn't take any footage because my camera was dead, but there's like a downward part of the ferry where there's seats, and then they have like a up place where you can kind of watch the scenery. It is beautiful. I don't get seasick, and we had a good day at sea, but yeah, there were some waves, okay? You're kind of woohoo. But again, my stomach is strong, you know, hard. So that was fine for me. But if you get seasick, maybe don't eat before. They do have like barf bags, so in case someone gets too sick. I mostly stayed up on the top. I just listened to my music, watched the scenery, watched the other little islands. So it was a good experience, but again, $45 is a little more expensive for traveling. And when you book the ferry, this is the most important information, make sure you get there 1 hour before. So if you're going at 7, be at the dock at 6, okay? Because you have to go through security, and it's just better to get there an hour before. They leave on time. They're pretty timely. We left like at 7:05, like 5 minutes after. And if you have luggage, they just kind of strap it under a tarp. So take that for what you will. Another piece of advice, and I've said it in a few videos, is like I left my big bag in Manila in the hostel because, again, the flights are not that expensive, but if you're going to check a bag, it could almost probably double the flight. So just be aware of that. If you're backpacking, a lot of hostels will just let you put your luggage in the luggage room. So that is the second way. I know that there must be a local way to do this because everybody on the ferry was a foreigner. So I have heard, and I've talked to a few travelers that say that you can also go on a cargo ship, which is, yeah, I would have preferred to do that method. But again, you get a 30-day visa, and I know you can extend. I saw the comments, but if you don't want to extend, you're kind of pressed for time. And I know that the cargo ship is going to be a little bit more time-consuming. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. And I know it's cheaper. I know it is cheaper. But I haven't taken one, so it's hard for me to like recommend, say, yes, do it, or no, don't do it, you know? But I prefer that method. Like, I want my travels to be like, if a local isn't doing it, I shouldn't do it, or I should try to find the way that the locals do it, just because that's kind of what I'm traveling for, to like see new cultures, to learn, to kind of get the way of life in every country I'm going to. So if you're from the Philippines and you know how to take the cargo ship or have any information in that, put it down below. Let's see what else. So that's the 3 ways, okay? I will be right, and then there's buses. So Palawan is a really big island if you look at it on the map, and there's multiple places that people stop. So for me to get from El Nido, to where I am now, which is Port Barton, I took a bus. And again, I know there must be a local way because everybody on the bus was a tourist, besides the driver. So it's really easy. Like, that was super easy. I just booked it with my hostel. It was 600 pesos, and it was about 4.5 hours in the car. I got picked up right at like 8:10, but you have to pick up a lot of different people. So depending on what order your hostel or hotel is in is going to depend, like it can add an hour or take an hour away. So we left the city like at 9 and got here at like 11:30, 11:45-ish. Again, it was super simple. I didn't have to do anything. The hostel booked it for me, and that was 600 pesos. So again, kind of expensive, but I know there must be a local way to do it. So that was that. It was really good. It was easy. The buses was comfortable. It was clean. There was aircon, and the roads here are good. Like the main roads are all paved. You're not going like winding like in Guatemala when I was there. The roads are like, but here they're pretty straight. And yeah, it was good. It was a good experience. Let me think. So one thing to note, okay, when I traveled to Port Barton, it was raining. So it was a good day to travel. It was a good day to like decide to take the bus. But they're gonna put your luggage on top of the bus under a tarp. So if you have any valuables, I would bring them with you. I'm talking like electronics or basically electronics. I had my iPad in my backpack, and that's like, I don't know, the one expensive thing I have besides my camera, which is always with me. So I would, next time I go on the bus, which I will to get to Puerto-Princesa, I'm gonna bring my iPad with me just in case, so I don't have to like worry about maybe if it's getting crushed under another bag. But the guy, he like knew how to maneuver, and he could tarp that right up, and it was fine. It was fine. So that's another way. Now that I'm in Port Barton, I'm going to be here for a few days, so just wait for the vlog. There's a million places to how to get to Port Princess. I don't know, guys. Cut me some slack. Okay, so again, the buses are really simple, but I know there's another way. I would definitely not recommend taking like a tut-tut or a motorbike from El Nido to Puerto-Princesa. It's a long drive, and if you're not used to staying on a motorbike that long, maybe it's gonna hurt your butt or something. So there you go. So as I continue my journey in the Philippines, again, I've had to plan because of the flight prices. So I'm going to go to Cebu, and I bought flights, so I want to go over how much those were. I am flying on Cebu Pacific? Oh, fuck, I have shit. Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss. Oh, I have to update. Okay, let me look at my credit card statement so I can show you guys how much I paid for the flights. Again, they're cheap. Less than $100. But if you book like the day before, it's going to significantly go up. So that's why you sort of have to plan. 1 second, let me log into this. Also, guys, thanks so much for watching on my videos. It means a lot to me. Again, like the only goal here is to have one person maybe be like, oh, I want to travel. Okay. Let me see. No. Okay. So one of my tickets was $41. That's all I have. Okay, I paid, so I'm gonna go to Cebu, and then I've already booked my flight from Cebu back to Manila. So from Cebu to, I'm going to another island, but I'm not gonna say the name. You guys have all recommended it begins with an S, where you surf, okay? That was $37, and then to get back to Manila was $41. And I use Hopper for all my flights. It's a little app with a bunny rabbit on it. I've been using it forever. I think it gives you really good deals. Let me see if I can find what it looks like. Okay, yeah, she's this guy. Oh, it's this one. This one with the bunny rabbit. So that's kind of all I have right now. Today I'm gonna rent a motorbike, go around the city, town area. There's 2 beaches away. So yeah, again, you kind of have to plan, because if I would have bought these flights even a few days before, the price was almost double. So just keep that in mind. If you're thinking to vacation, it's probably not a problem. But if you're like, oh, I really want a backpack, okay. It's gonna be one of the more expensive countries just because of that. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I think that's it. Wait for the vlog. It's coming soon. I'm gonna edit this video, try to get it up, and yeah, follow me on all my other social media. Send me DMs. Let me know if you guys have any recommendations or how to travel like a local. Put it in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna head to the beach. I have a very busy day of relaxing ahead of me. So thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!